How you guys doing? Welcome in here to Rover Sports. I haven't done a 49ers video in the longest of times. And as you guys know, I am a New York Giants fan first and foremost, but I really love Jimmy Garoppolo, and you guys, the Niner Empire, are the reason, one of the biggest reasons why this is still a YouTube channel and why the channel even was able to get, a couple of subscribers in the first place. And by a couple, I mean you guys back when it was Blaine versus Colin Kaepernick, back with the quarterback battles. You guys love film reviews. You guys love Jimmy G and R.K. Belmont, Jabari Owens. There's a lot of dudes. Bob Money. A lot of guys on here. I'm going to see you all in the comment section probably. Love Niner football and support my channel. So thank you guys so much. Last year, I was getting excited for the 49ers. I thought the Niners last year would be the Super Bowl team. Jimmy Garoppolo would win the MVP. I actually had Pat Mahomes second in my MVP voting. I had Niners and Chiefs, so I was close with Kansas City in that prediction. A lot of my predictions are super, super off. Like the Rams not being that great, but the 49ers, I'm not just saying this because there's a lot of people on my channel that are 49er fans. I believe this is the perfect time to buy 49ers because Jimmy G got hurt, and really the 49ers, when you look at this team and everything, it's really just undervalued. Like most people still have the Rams, a lot of Seahawks love, because of Russell Wilson, maybe that contract. I don't think Seattle has a good secondary at all. I think Bobby Wagner and their players are old. I don't like their roster. I don't like their offensive line isn't good. Their running backs, Rashad Penny, Chris Carson, whoever they're going to trot out there is just not that elite. The 49ers, I mean, they've done a really nice job. I am a little bit worried about like Richburg and Garnett and, Dr. Tomlinson and some of the guys that are going to be playing on the offensive line, like the guard play. Joe Staley and McClinchy I do like. The secondary wasn't really addressed, and yes, that is a problem in a passing league. You're going to have to see like Sherman be healthy. And the safeties, they just did not address that. They didn't even grab, I don't think, a safety really in the NFL draft. But I could go back and I could try to look at that point. But the 49ers, if Jimmy G stays healthy, what I love about their team is I love their defensive line. You have D Ford, top-line player. DeForest Buckner last year proved he's an A-minus player, like a Pro Bowl-style player. I think he might have like 12 sacks last year. He's long and lengthy. He had a breakout season. Solomon Thomas hasn't been good as the third overall pick. If you had Jamal Adams, it probably would have been better. But the 49ers, they acquire a guy by the name of Nick Bosa. And Joey plays for the Chargers. Nick is very consistent. He's not the most athletic guy in the world, but he's going to step in from day one. He has unbelievable technique. This guy's going to come out there, and he's going to ball. And versus guards that aren't that great, him and D Ford and Buckner, that's going to be a really good defensive line. You then add Lorenzo Alexander, who back in 2016 had the most tackles in football. Fred Warner, I thought Fred Warner was undersized out of BYU. I just thought he was fast and athletic, but I didn't think that he'd be that good in run support. I didn't think he'd be that physical. He had a terrific rookie season. He was a guy that was a huge surprise that developed really well under Saleh. So you have Fred Warner, Lorenzo. D Ford is kind of considered a guy off the edge. Nick Bosa. This defense is improved, especially in the middle of the defense. So when we look at this roster, I really think that I like the Deebo Samuel pick. He's a high-character kid. That is important for a receiver room. He's very smart. He has had a lot of injuries at I think he tore his ACL at South Carolina. He's super dynamic in the even in special teams as a kick returner. He was almost like Deshaun Jackson there as a kick returner in the NFL. What I want him to be is like kind of like a T.Y. Hilton kind of player. He's just so fast. His blazing speed, his game speed is insane. It's like 4.4 when healthy. He's going to be a guy that's going to be able to stretch the field vertically. He is a reliable pass catcher. He's not going to go up there and high point the ball, but with quick slants in the slot, he's going to be scary. Dante Pettis had another terrific season. At Washington, he wasn't flashy at all. Anthony Miller I wanted the Niners to get. Pettis had himself a year last year. But Debo's going to come in there, and he's going to be good. Jalen Hurd is like he's going to be Trent Taylor on steroids. He is going to be a very versatile player. At least what Kyle Juszczyk does in the passing game, Jalen's going to do, Hurd is going to do. He's a tight end. He's a running back. He's just another tool for Shanahan to use. They drafted him very high in the third round. He's a smart kid. He's a jack of all trades. Is he a master of none? I have no idea what they're going to do with this kid, because this kid was at Tennessee. He actually started over Alvin Kamara at Tennessee. He was a really good running back. He then went to Baylor as a tight end. He was able to catch some passes, and he figured out that tight ends last longer than running backs do. So now they might set him out wide, and in the slot, he's a big guy. I'm going to get his measurables right now, Jalen Hurd. I'm excited for him. He's 6'5", 226, so he's going to be able to body dudes up. He's going to body guys up in the slot, and maybe he'll catch some jump balls for you. So you then have Goodwin. Could Goodwin be healthy? Marquise. Could Marquise be healthy this year? That's going to be a question. Jordan Matthews from Philly. I'll tell you, Richie James is fun. Richie James can put guys on skates. He's had a really interesting camp. He's had some unbelievable reps in training camp. Richie James is a spark plug. He's exciting. This offense is going to pop. Tevin Coleman was maybe my favorite signing of the whole time, because with Devontae Freeman, Coleman was always that back. He knows Kyle so well. Now the running backs have the depth that we need, that the Niners are going to need. You have McKinnon, you have Tevin, you have Matt Breida still on the roster. That's 3 running backs that are good enough to win a Super Bowl. This team, if you get Bosa, if you get Dee Ford coming in there, and you can somehow get Quan, Fred Warner, you need Colbert and Tart to continue to improve, but I guess in the secondary they somehow think they can improve. This is a good enough offense to win this division. I like this team a lot more than Seattle. I like it more than the Rams, although, beating the Rams is a chore, and you got to give them their respect. I'm not talking any smack. It's just kind of let's see it happen. Let's see Jimmy stay healthy. If Jimmy stays healthy, the sky's the limit for Jimmy. There are still people out there. The Niners over-under win totals maybe like 7. It's a joke. It's maybe 8. No one expects them to even make the playoffs, and that is a good thing as a Niner fan, because you guys can be on the start of something. I think this is a win-now team, a Super Bowl contender, Super Bowl championship team. I think it is Niners and Denver in the end. And I actually have Denver winning the Super Bowl. I have the Niners getting to the Super Bowl, winning the NFC, losing in the Super Bowl. But could Jimmy win a Super Bowl this year with Kyle Shanahan? Absolutely. Could you have a Matt Ryan type of year with this 49ers team where Jimmy G's an MVP of this league? 1,000%. I like it. It's a quiet offseason. The buzz is off. You signed some good B-list free agent signings like the Quan Alexander you paid the money for, but Jimmy's making $28 million. They think that Kirk and Jimmy make tons of money at $28 million. That's top 10 quarterback money. That's not close to what Russ is making, $35 million. It's not what Aaron's making, $36 million. It's not what Carson Wentz is making, $33 million. And Jimmy G and Wentz have played. I know Wentz played a little bit more, but Wentz is still an injury-prone guy. I love this 49ers team. I will be tracking Jimmy G. I will do the film reviews this year, and we'll get into some game planning. We'll scheme up our opponents coming up each week. That'll be another segment, is scouting the opponent, knowing where to attack. We're going to have a really fun year, Niners fans, and I can't wait for this year. I'm excited. I just want health. I'm very I'm optimistic, but I'm not sticking my chest out. It's kind of let's just get to the season. It's been a really long, and I know that I've said this the last couple of years, it's been a long off season, with the injuries, with C.J. Beathard, with Nick Mullins, all the different things at the quarterback position. You need your starter to have a chance in this league. And with the free agents, it's an exciting time if you are a Niners fan. It is really a heck of a time. So I'm excited. Got some free agency or got some preseason coming up, Wilton Spate. But I believe in this Niners team. This defensive line is salty. It's really, really good, okay? Buckner, Nick Bosa, and then the guy, D Ford, in the trade. So I love this team. You pick up Dre Greenlaw. I want to see Greenlaw win that job, and I want to see him start. He was good at Arkansas in the SEC. I want to see him start alongside Fred and Lorenzo. I can't wait. This roster is stacked. This front seven is jacked. Lorenzo, Quan, excuse me, not Lorenzo. I keep calling him Lorenzo Alexander from Buffalo. It's Quan, it's Fred, it's Dre Greenlaw, D Ford, Nick Bosa, still with Solomon Thomas or Arik Armstead. But DeForest, D, Nick Bosa, these are top-line, awesome players. You look at the Eagles roster that won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles and Carson Wentz. You had some of these studs on the defensive line. Pass rushers win in the NFL. The pass catchers, there's just so many weapons. Debo, Dante Pettis. I didn't even mention George Kittle. So, again, let's just hope that Jimmy can stay healthy. We're going to have a great season. We're going to have an elite-level season. I'm calling Niners to the Super Bowl, Niners even winning the Super Bowl, maybe even winning the dang thing. And I can't wait for this year. It's going to be a really fun year. And, Niner Empire, thank you. And let's rock on. Preseason's right around the corner. Congratulations. We have made it to football season. Thank you.